Real quick video, guys. Here's what we're working on today. A beautiful 1970 Challenger TA. That is an absolutely just dynamite gorgeous car. All right, so let me give you the walk around in this beautiful 1970 Dodge Challenger TA 346 pack. Now it is dusty because it's a very nice car and we're not going to clean it. But here you go. And this is kind of, I'm going to give you a walk around of the whole car, but this is kind of after we've done the repairs. The repairs, you'll see this in this video here. Basically, it was cylinder heads and carburetor rebuilds and the whatnots and some prettying up. But this car is absolutely beautiful. Like a full, like actually done well restoration. And the restoration was done actually about 20 years ago, if you believe it. But this thing is just absolutely pin perfect. I'm going to say it multiple times, but probably the nicest car I've worked on in a long time. Full dash restore, full interior restore, 4-speed, pistol grip shifter, all the right pedals on the floor. High back buckets in black with the black TA stripe. Air correct polyglass tires, side exit TA exhaust, rear spoiler. Again, perfect chrome. Won't show you the bottom because it's its plate. But again, a real Challenger TA, real, 100% real. Perfect, beautiful car. Now, if you've never seen a close to as you can get factory correct 6-pack setup for a small block Mopar, well, here you go. We're just kind of cleaning the manifold and everything else. Clean it up a little bit before we put it back on the car. It's got the AC anti-stall dash pot. The 3 Hollies. But there you go, guys. Let me know what you think. Thought I'd show you the underside of this car and see how nice it is. It's perfect. Probably the nicest car I've worked on in a long time. Gentleman owns this. He owned this car since he was like 17. About 20 years ago he had this all redone. And it's pretty much perfect. And you can see, besides a little, it's a little bit dirty, all the paint shinier on the bottom of this car than most people have on top. And it has the cool side exit exhaust, where the exhaust goes in the front of the muffler and also comes back out the front of the muffler and to the side. This is a original 346 pack car with the good heads and the drive power and on and on and on. But you can see where when this was restored, it was restored 100% factory. All the markings, all the cool stuff. Like I said, probably the nicest car I've worked on in a long time. It was a pleasure putting this one back together. And let it show you more of the top side. All right, you might go, you're going backwards there, Art. But here's the story. Put everything back together, it fired right up. No problem, sounded good. And then the center carb here started leaking a little bit, so we took out the needle valve and cleaned it out and put it back in, and it was okay and it ran. Then this one started to do the same thing. Did that dance. Then the back one started to do the same thing. At that point, it was like, hold on. Let's just rebuild these carbs instead of chasing them. So got them out on the bench here. And again, I'm trying this with one hand and the phone in one hand, but our main culprit is in here. And these are the basically needle and seat assembly. All right. And you see that gasket right there? Okay. How these work, if I can get it to stop spinning, stay in one place. There you go. The fuel comes in at the top. This O-ring separates the fuel bowl from the fuel pressure side. And that little needle and seat Kajinga steel, he lets fuel in as the float goes up and down. What happens, since the initial time this car was diagnosed and brought back in and taken apart and waited for the machine shop, it was about 6 months. So these little things with the ethanol fuel just kind of dried up and are leaking. You know, we tried new O-rings out of the O-ring kit. That didn't work. So ordered 3 rebuild kits, you know, kind of 6-pack specific rebuild kits, since the front and back carbs are vacuum actuated, and the middle one's just like a regular, you know, Holley 500 2-barrel. So let's get all these carbs apart. We'll get them clean. We'll get some new parts on, reassemble the car again, and then hopefully give you a little bit more action on the engine running and stuff like that, and test drive and all that kind of stuff. But let me get busy, and as I'm taking these carbs apart, I'll throw in little pieces here and there, but that's what's going on. And inside of carburetor number 1, actually very clean. Nothing really going on here. Metering plate looks good. We checked all the screws. They're all nice and tight. We'll get a new gasket on it when the gaskets come. Put it all back together. Clean this all out while we're here. We'll blow out all the passages and the idle circuits. And, well, these don't have idle circuits because they're actually 2-barrel secondary carbs. A little weird. Because this is what the metering plate you'd usually find on like the back of a traditional, like say like a 650 vacuum secondary carb. They'd have this metering plate instead of the metering block. And on a regular 2-barrel, like so, you have the bowl, the whole metering block instead of the metering plate. If I said that wrong, sorry. And then you're going to have like your idle adjustment screws and stuff like that. These are, like I said, these are vacuum actuated for the 6-pack. So these are 2 barrels, non-adjustable so far as the idle and whatnot goes, with a metering plate, if that makes sense. So, like I said, let me get these cleaned up and then we'll keep going. And for those who wanted to know, behind that metering plate, which looks like a transformer face, this sits on here, okay? And the metering plate just connects the different orifices internally, air bleeds and fuel bleeds and all that stuff, with this one simple little plate. And then what we go in is we go in and we, if we could focus, we go in and clean all these bleeds out, all these air bleed holes. And connections to the boosters and general, a good cleaning and stuff like that. We'll check out the base plate, replace that. And then that's it. These little secondary carbs on the 6-pack are actually a pretty simple dude to rebuild. Not much to them. Just make sure you get everything good and clean, and she'll work like new. All right, so after a bout of temperament, the 6-pack's all beautifully rebuilt and on the car. Everybody's nice and dry, idling nice and smooth. smooth. Sounds fantastico. Running beautifully. So we'll slap the big badass air cleaner on this thing and take her for a ride. And there you go, that's an actual real 346 pack air filter and setup. So take her in. Everything's looking wonderful. And we just take it for a ride now, huh?
I think so, yeah.
All right.
I think it's time.
Yeah, give us a little rev. Let's go for a ride, folks.
Crazy. People behind us. A thumbs up from somebody.
Yeah.
Pistol grip. I believe that was a third gear start.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wow, okay.
That's a tall first gear. No,
Yeah.
I just didn't have it in the right gear.
It had no problem with it though.
No, it's spring loaded actually over to the third, fourth gate.
Oh, so you can jam.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Hang on.
And Kiwi's driving because Kiwi's insured for these kind of fancy automobiles.
Yeah, as much fun as it is to drive something like this, it's also quite nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
They're just so rare that, you know, the insurance or not, insurance doesn't cover the loss.
No.
If that makes sense, you know, like the loss of this, something bad happened to it, even just someone pulling out in front of you.
Right, and then you're like, oh, I destroyed it.
Yeah,
Perfect car.
But imagine having to ring, you know, that phone call.
Oh yeah.
Sorry about it.
Hey, good news, car's done. However,
Yeah,
there was a squirrel.
So,
Oh, how appropriate! Give this guy a little rabbit tease.
another challenger. So yeah, we won't be giving it any. We won't be wringing its neck because it's just not working. But
No.
we'll stretch your legs a little bit.
Boy, it's a nice driving car, isn't it?
It's gorgeous to drive. I mean, this is,
Comfortable, yeah.
you know, I've been around a lot of cars over the years, and you know, a lot of restored cars, and this is right up there in the top echelon of cars I've had anything to do with. It is just so nice. Does track a little with those polyglass tyres.
Yeah, you're not used to driving bi-splies. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just, as you say, it's a matter of getting used to what they're going to do. This is, I mean, I've driven it before, but you knew there was something not right with it before, and there wasn't. There was something wrong with it.
Yeah, something really bad, yeah. First gear, yeah. I don't know if the iPhone picked it up, but it's a beautiful sound. Okay, and that's going to be it for today, guys. But again, beautiful car. Thanks to the owner for letting us actually work on it and get to take it for a ride. Kudos to that gentleman. And then thanks for watching. And we'll talk to you later. Thanks.